Hi, Ashley Ramos here. Welcome to my presentation. So for this assignment, I wanted to try a different recording method in talking about Catherine Clovey's essay. I'll be using iMovie to cover the assignment questions, and also it was super helpful to use iMovie in using some real-time examples. So in their essay, Maria and Catherine talk about the gradual progression of developments in technology and how the government has used that in order to improve their overall communication that they have with citizens. To get to what they call interactive government with the introduction of the smartphone, they show the gradual progression of technology that led to the smartphone and to what we currently have today. So in the first two stages, they talk about e-government, which is electronic government, to the progression of mobile government. This is essentially covering electronic government from computer access to mobile government, which is the use of the cell phone. Although information was readily available to users and citizens, it was mostly in a limited capacity, given that if you wanted to use a computer to access the internet to have access to government information, you had to be logged in. The same goes for mobile government. Through the use of cell phones, the government was able to send out, as they described, like mass text messages and notifications, but the text messages were usually were not provided for a citizen to respond to, and they didn't have that internet access as they do today. So in 2007, with the invention of the smartphone, this is where they described that interactive government was able to take place, given that users now had access of an internet browser, and in conjunction with the basic uses of a cell phone, all together in one device. With that, they were able to have access to information at anywhere and at all times. Because of this, they described that now government was able to provide a different kind of interaction with citizens, being that now citizens were able to interact on a different level to provide community feedback and act as enable them to be watchdogs, and also to collaborate and be volunteers on another level. So with the invention of the smartphone, information was always, or is always, readily available. Users can access information using a browser, using searches. There's even apps that are available provided for or through the city that citizens can log on to and immediately have access to notifications, issues concerning their city, and as you can see, they can have access to, like the writers were saying, to small things such as reporting potholes, providing information on criminal activity. And by doing this, it's described that the citizens take a more active role in the community and assist the government and their community with providing overall aid in some of these issues. So as a real-time example, I downloaded an app for where I live, the city of Menifee. The information was pretty easy to find, and it was easy to download, And then while downloading it, the information of what I was looking for or what I would be able to find is located on the app's summary details. So, uncovering how the impact of technology can affect the government services that are provided to citizens, I personally think that it would continue to be beneficial in providing that citizens will have access that is readily available to them at all times. Um, I know that the writers do talk about that there are challenges associated with it as far as um, advertising and ensuring that a mass majority of citizens uh, are made aware of applications like city apps and know how to use them. However, I think certain developments like smart homes, Amazon deliveries, streaming media, and simple things like Google searches will continue to provide more effective means of communication that do allow for um, implements of like improvements. Just the fact that communication is available in such a way, it does allow for us to work around communication barriers in versus not having those communication or advances in technology where we had to where communication, I guess should say, takes longer and it isn't always readily available. So for my editorial review, I think I did an okay job in providing how e-government has changed since the development of the smartphone. I think overall the smartphone has been really beneficial to just the whole aspect of communication, and it really showed through after reading the essay how much communication has advanced since the initial use of a regular login computer. I would have liked to use more real time examples, but it was really fun using the iMovie uh, method for the first time. I learned a lot in how to put together the recordings, and overall, it was fun being able to put together information and being able to learn more from the author's essay.